Michael Keaton's Oscar to Eddie Redmayne.
For what?
I think it was The Theory of Everything.
It wasn't The Danish Girl?
No.
What was The Theory of Everything about? Was
Stephen Hawking.
Oh, it's not the one with Benedict Cumberbatch.
No, that's The Imitation Game.
Okay,
that one's about being gay.
Yeah, my mom loves The Imitation Game.
Why is your mom a Fujo?
What is that? You're making up words again. I'm not on the internet like you are. You're in like really creepy little pockets somewhere creating new words. What does what does it stand for?
Fujo? Okay, Fujo is short for the full word Fujoshi. It's a Japanese word that... Okay.
Continue, sorry.
It's a Japanese word that I think literally translates to rotten girl or like rotten woman. But it's mostly a term thrown at women or girls who consume a lot of boys love, like BL, guy on guy content.
But it's not like that. Like, no one really fucks in The Imitation Game. I
mean, it doesn't have to be... I'm just, like, spreading it out to any boy-on-boy content. So, I mean...
Okay.
And it doesn't automatically mean, like, I'm watching, like, guys get it doesn't... That's not... It can just mean consuming a lot of gay male content.
Okay. I wouldn't consider, like, The Imitation Game to really be, like, a gay movie, though.
That's
like
fine.
That.
Okay, so maybe I misnomered your mom. She's not a Fujo. But no. You told me about My Policeman, and then, like, what is it, The Power of a Dog? And I was like, what?
She didn't like Power of the Dog. She really liked Don't Worry, Darling.
Don't Worry, Darling.
Well, that's because she likes Harry Styles.
Oh, okay, never mind.
She has an Imitation Game because, like, she says, like, it's just such a good story.
Oh.
And she watches it probably once a month. And, like, my mom's watched that movie at least, like, 20 times, if not more.
Okay.
She had to get a new DVD because it's scratched. No, my mom loves The Imitation Game. We went to go see it at Regal Green Hills when it first came out. Mm-hmm. And she was obsessed with Benedict Cumberbatch. I don't think because she watched Sherlock. She didn't care for that. It was like some other thing Benedict Cumberbatch was associated with. She's like, I'm going to go see that. That looks good. I like Keira Knightley, so I went to go see it with her. Okay. And I was like, that was fine. It was good. And then she was like, that's the best movie I've ever fucking seen. She just loves that movie. And that's not the one with Stephen Hawking? No, that's a different one.
A different one.
No, that's the one where Felicity Jones is in it, right? She plays the wife?
Yeah,
okay.
She plays his wife.
I don't remember anything from that movie, except for the fact that, like, he was just doing a Stephen Hawking impression. Isn't that the whole thing?
I can't believe Michael Keaton doesn't have an Oscar.
He should have won for Birdman. That would have been the one to win for. That's a great performance.
And then Birdman got Best Picture. And, like, you can even see when Eddie was going up to go give his speech and be, like... Michael Keaton slowly putting his speech back in his pocket. Like, they did him so dirty. Michael Keaton, you are so loved.
Okay, can I actually...
Go watch The Founder. Michael Keaton is a client. Go watch The Founder.
This is so random. You're about to hate me. So, last night, by happenstance, I went to go see a movie called Knox Goes Away.
I was meaning to see that. How is it?
It's horrible.
No.
My Letterboxd review... I gotta look it up.
Well,
I said
thank God you saw it before I did.
I think you honestly would have texted me after and said, like, don't see it. Because...
It's his directorial debut.
And maybe it's his last film, too. We can... I gotta go to my diary. Where is it? Okay, so I wrote a lot, too. That's how pissed I was.
Michael Keaton's
I wrote it this morning when I woke up.
Yeah.
I had nothing to do last night and wish I kind of maybe did now. You know how we dog on George Clooney for not being that good of a director and that he should stick to acting? I feel like I should apologize to Mr. Clooney after watching Michael Keaton's efforts.
Oh, no.
Everything about this film reminded me of a student film. The shot composition, the awkward random dolly shots, and the disorienting editing. At points, it's on purpose to simulate Keaton's character's memory deteriorating, but most of the time, it's not for that reason. Like, Keaton is good in the role, but would have benefited from a director fine-tuning his performance. James Marsden is here, and frankly, could have done better. He's much better in Dead to Me and Westworld. Lots of other famous people pay Keaton a favor, with Al Pacino and Marcia Gay Harden popping up, doing nothing they haven't done before. Also, the surprise here was Joanna Kulig from Cold War popping up to play a prostitute. Good on her for getting work. Also, the script is so predictable, and most of the dialogue is very cringe. Execution is bad all around. I'm tired.
Okay. Well, thanks for saving me some time.
It was so fucking bad.
Oh
there is
God.
a shot in the film where, like, he, like, puts the glass down, like, with the whiskey glass, and, like, the camera's literally the lens where he just puts it right on top of it. And I get what you're doing. It doesn't look good. It's like student film ideas. Like, I felt like I was back at the Belmont Theater watching Prod 1s, like the production one in the capstones. I was like, I've seen this before, but why are famous people here? Why is this so bad? And the whole thing is like, I'm just going to spoil Knox Goes Away for you. So anyways, the plot of the film is that Michael Keaton is like a hitman killer.
Yes.
Or whatever.
No, he's with dementia and he's trying to
it's worse. Instead of it being dementia, it's like some rare disease, which is like much more aggressive. So instead of having like months and there's like a slow progression over time, this happens in the course of 3 weeks.
Okay.
Where he just loses all of his like mental cognitive function. And so he's like on for a final hit before he's like, I'm going to cash out. I'm cashing out. It's time for me to cash out. He keeps saying cash out, cash out. And it reminded that one TikTok song. Anyways, he like goes to kill a guy and then he starts having memory problems immediately, like, on the hit. And so he shoots another girl that was, like, happened to be there.
Oh.
And so he was like, oh, shit. And he looks in the mirror. And you should never look in the mirror if you have memory problems, people, because that's just straight way to bad now, because that's, like, a cliche in films. He looks in the mirror, and then he hears, like, movement happening. And, of course, his partner's with him. And so he shoots his partner by accident because he forgets about him.
Oh, my God.
And so he's like, well, shit. And so he, like, fakes a really bad crime scene, then, like, leaves. And then his son, who he's not spoken to in years, played by James Marsden, shows up all bloodied with the hands, like, I just killed this bitch that raped my daughter, and I have to take her for an abortion tomorrow, and I killed the guy, and I'm not like this, Dad. I'm not like you. And Dad's like, okay, well, I'll figure it out. And so the dad fakes the crime scene to look like he's planting evidence on his son. Instead, it's so stupid. I don't want to talk about it anymore, actually. I lie. Anyways, Michael Keaton, I'm very excited to see you in Beetlejuice 2. I think you're a great actor. But
he's a gifted comedian.
He's so funny.
He's so funny. Did you know he used to do stand-up?
I believe that.
He used to do stand-up before he... Also, he was on Mr. Rogers' Neighborhood.
Of course he was.
He's an icon. I love him.
Anyways, we should stay in front of the camera. That's where we belong. It was just, like, so poorly shot. Like, the camera... And, like, when they would do camera thingies, I'm just like, this just looks so cheap. I'm surprised I didn't see a boom mic, like, genuinely.
Oh, when I saw Aporia with Andrea Riceborough last year.
You saw a boom mic in it?
Yes.
There's a boom mic in Madam Web.
In 2 shots.
There's a boom mic in Madam Web.
And the ADR is so bad in Aporia, but I liked Aporia. But Andrea Riceborough, very good actress. But, oh my gosh, that was such a cheap film. Also, Eddie Guthrie? He's going to be Mr. Terrific in the DCU. I love him. He was very good in that film. Yeah. Very fun time travel film. And then, unless you've got anything else to make a comment on,
episode. Yeah.
I don't have any other funny Oscar stories that I was trying to bring up, or if anybody remembers that were hilarious about campaigning. It was just La La Land, Moonlight Narrative, Bradley Cooper in both years. Also, a little thing, you can't make it obvious that you want your Oscar. People smell desperation off you from a mile away, and they will think you're corny. Yeah. I.e. Bradley Cooper.
But I will say, the funniest part about the night was the Oscars ended, and then I was, like, on ABC, the channel at Elementary, had the new episode begin, and Bradley Cooper had a guest star role in the first, like, cold open of, like, the episode, like, the little teaser at the beginning, and I've never, like, flipped my opinion on someone so quick in my life. I don't think the entire time, like, Bradley Cooper's fucking ugly face again, like, you're not gonna win an Oscar tonight, sorry, baby. And then when I see him at Elementary, I was like, oh my god, it's Bradley Cooper! I was like, yay! I was so happy to see him in that show. And did the voice of Rocket Raccoon for the little kids in the classroom. I was like, oh my god, we love Bradley Cooper. We stand Bradley Cooper in this house down. We don't like Jake Gyllenhaal. We love Bradley Cooper, you know? I love that man. Make A Star Is Born too.
Oh my gosh. And then in the week... No, but I do think he's going to be like Robert Redford. He's going to win his Oscar for directing. He's not going to win for acting.
Or writing.
Yeah.
Because now he's writing his stuff. And I'm okay with it.
But he's an artist. He genuinely cares about... They hate sincerity. It really stinks that they hate sincerity at the Oscars. Yeah, you have to be very nonchalant and not want it, which is probably why everybody, like, being like, you're so desperate. Yes, that's why he won. Even though he was campaigning, he was like, yeah, it's cool. Like, I watched his 60 Minutes interview with, I think it was Scott Pelley, where Scott Pelley was, like, asking him, hey, when you got the Oscar nominations, where were you? And, like, how did the people around you react? He was like, yeah, I was at my parents' house. And then they were very happy, and then they gave me a hug. And then my mom went to go get the sponge cake. And then Scott Pelley was like, well, what did your mom say? And then he went, here's the sponge cake. That's what his mom... So I was like, yeah, it's a lock. It's a lock. So you can't look like you want it.
Yeah, it's like getting the lead in the School Musical. You can't want it that much.
You can't.
You just have to be it.
They will smell blood on you. You can't be like, oh...
Don't dream it.
Oh, yeah.
Just be it.
Just be it. Oh, we'll talk
Rocky
about
Horror.
our lore with our theater teacher at our high school some other day, but yeah.
Honestly, one day we should.
We will.
We have
I want to invite
stories.
him on so bad. He won't get paid, but maybe we'll get like that.
No one's getting paid.
That Heath Bar crunch pie from Perkins that he likes.
Oh my god,
We'll
I
bribe
forgot
him
about
onto the
that.
show. We'll bribe him onto the
Heath
show.
Bar French fry from Perkins.
We'll bribe him onto the show.
We'll do a roll down before we do the episode. Oh my god, none of my
energy all around. Oh my lord.
Sorry.
Toy boats. Anyway.
Were we in a cult?
Yeah. It's called Catholicism. Okay, so we're gonna
We'll see y'all next
sign
week.
off. Oh my gosh, bye.